Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November and it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine? Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street. You turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great, and these are the same people that run the 401ks, who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Every month now, we get jobs. They give us the job numbers. We've been averaging, they tell us, 235,000 jobs a month. It's been a lie. It's a bogus number. The BLS, that counts the jobs, they use what they call the birth-death model system. What they do is they manipulate the jobs, so 40% of that number that you see is fake. That's right. If you take 235,000 jobs, the number really is 140,000. They bogus up about 95,000 jobs. But that's what goes on now on Wall Street. That's why you want to be a member of my gang, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, because that way you get the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, it's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything being taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Congratulations, America. You've set a record for borrowing more and taking longer than ever to pay for a new vehicle. For the first time ever, the average auto loan has topped $30,000 according to Experian. The average monthly payment is now more than $500, a record high. And the average auto loan is the longest it's ever been, 68 months. Under those terms, if you bought a new car today, it wouldn't be paid off until 2022.
Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. They're still discussing the very poor auto numbers that came in yesterday. I've told you forever that these auto numbers are a joke, that they're not going to be able to sustain themselves. The only way they're sustaining themselves is the same thing we did with housing, that Baby Bush did with housing. Just continue to lower the credit standards, continue to expand the payments, and anybody can get a car. But now it's coming to roost. The auto sales have dropped by 18%. 18%. Now, we're not going to have the crash that we had we're not going to have the effect of the crash like we had in housing because it's much smaller. You're talking $1 trillion, okay, in the auto industry. That's what they owe, about 1.2 trillion to be exact, where the home mortgage industry was something like 22 trillion dollars. So it's a big difference. But the point is that it identifies how they're trying to underpin such a weak, terrible economy. And to highlight how bad this economy was, Obama yesterday was out and he's campaigning, and a steel worker asked, "What about my job?" Listen to what he said.
How you doing, Mr. President?
How are you?
My name is Eric Cottenham, and I'm representing the Steelworkers Union, Local 1999, and I'm trying to find out what do we have left for as all of our jobs are leaving Indianapolis, right? And I see here you're doing a lot of things, but in Indianapolis, there's nothing there for us. I mean, what's next? I mean, what can we look forward to in the future as far as jobs, employment, whatever, because all of our jobs is left or in the process of leaving, sir?
Well, in fact, we've seen more manufacturing jobs created since I've been president than any time since the 1990s. That's a fact.
Now, you know that is a lie. Now, you know that they were expecting that kind of question because of the part of the country he was in. And it's all manufacturing. So in Indiana, so they already had that up on his teleprompter. He didn't answer the question. What do we do now? I'm a steel worker. What do we do now? What are you going to do for me? Instead, he brags and he says he's created more jobs since he's been president and since the 1990s. That is not true. I don't know what this guy is smoking, but we should have threw him out of office, impeached him when he lied to us and said that we could keep our health care if we liked it. We could keep our doctor. And ever since we didn't throw him out, he should have been impeached for that. I'll never know, after the almost 8 years are up, why he was never thrown out of office for that. That's a much worse lie than Bill Clinton ever could have told. This destroyed millions of people's lives. These premiums are ridiculous. I mean, you have to have the deductibles are $5,000-$6,000. This affected 185 million people. Bill Clinton didn't affect 85 million people. He didn't affect anybody. It was a circus. It was entertainment. That's how everybody looked at it. And he got impeached for that. Now, this man's a liar. Obama's claim that he's created more manufacturing jobs is ridiculous. Since January 2009, the Obama administration has not added one new manufacturing job. Not one. There's now 475,000 fewer manufacturing jobs today. And this comes from the BLS, his own government agency, than when he took office in 2009. This guy just says things. I mean, he just says them.
We've seen more manufacturing jobs created since I've been president than any time since the 1990s. That's a fact. If you have insurance that you like, then you will be able to keep that insurance. If you've got a doctor that you like, you will be able to keep your doctor. A system where we're going to work with your employers to lower your premiums by up to $2,500 per family per year.
We have put in place the toughest ethics laws and toughest transparency rules of any administration in history.
That's a fact.
And the fact is, the guy is a liar. I wish I wouldn't have to say that about my president. But it's a fact. He's a liar. And unfortunately, the press, when that poor steel worker got up and was reaching out, Obama did not reach back. He did not give him a solution. But why didn't the press knows the numbers that I know. Why didn't the press say, well, Mr. President, let me ask you something. Since the first day in office, you haven't added one new manufacturing job. You have 475,000 fewer manufacturing jobs today. What's going on here? First of all, how could that be? He says he created more jobs than manufacturing jobs than anybody since the 1990s. How could that be? When his own BLS doesn't even agree with him. In fact, according to BLS, the manufacturing industrial production is at the weakest in 10 years. So how could it be creating all these jobs if industrial production, manufacturing, is at the weakest in 10 years from the BLS? So somebody tell me how you do that magic trick. In fact, industrial production has dropped year over year for 8 months in a row. 8 months in a row. The U.S. economy has never, ever seen that kind of a drop without admitting it's in a recession, or at least manufacturing's in a recession. But they don't admit it. What are you, nuts? In fact, the 12.3 million manufacturing jobs reported by Obama, according to his own BLS, is 10% below the level of December 2007 and nearly 30% lower than the 17.3 million manufacturing jobs reported in 2000. In fact, going into his re-election campaign, the president announced he would create 1 million new manufacturing jobs by 2016. Well, it's 2016, and guess what? He came up short by 640,000 jobs. Why? Because he's lazy. That's right, he's lazy. That's why. He didn't want to. It was just too much work for him. Overall, Obama job growth performance reflects having 2.5 million less jobs now than when he got into office, for a total shortfall of 10 million. So overall, all the job growth, never mind just manufacturing, put it all in one bucket. 2.5 million less jobs now than we took office. But you heard, he can just lie. He can just lie so easily, so smoothly. You can keep your doctor, you can keep your insurance. This is going to be the most transparent. He'll say whatever he has to say. The guy's sick. The guy's sick. I hope they tent the White House. Whoever wins, someone's going to have to come in and put a big tent over it. Because there's got to be a lot of lying bugs in there. Okay? I mean, something's in there to make people lie. You got to get rid of it. I mean, it's like a disease. You got to kill it. In fact, Obama's new Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement is going to make our manufacturing trade deficit even bigger. It's going to get worse. Especially our manufacturing jobs. Just look at NAFTA. We lost 14 million jobs. What, are you nuts? Join my gang, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. They'll take your call right now, Steve and Alex, and we'll be back to make some money. Hold on. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? It's been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, That's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil. Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And also brought to you by Walter's Way, an award-winning book, first-time author, my good friend Walter Scheer. We still have some of these books left, and they're a wonderful book. And remember, it's only $15. An entire $15 goes to the Vera and Walter Scheer Foundation in St. Jude. It's an incredible book about an incredible man, an entrepreneur. I mean, just this is a man that represents what the country should be about. It's this kind of man that built the country. An entrepreneur brought us the fax machine and so many other things. So many other things that make our life better. So, I mean, he is the icon of entrepreneurs. You may think of Trump and Buffett, but they can't hold a stick to this guy. And what he went through in his life to become such a wonderful entrepreneur and achieve what he's achieved and what he had to go through. I don't care. Icon, Trump, Buffett, any of them. They can't compare to this man. So please pick up this book, and you'll be doing a great thing because one, you'll be doing a great thing to yourself because you'll be so inspired by this book, and also you'll be taking care of St. Jude and the Vera and Walter Scheer Foundation. Okay, go to my website, gang.com. By the way, don't forget to go to my website, also to my YouTube video, where every Wednesday I post my take on the stock market, what's going to happen. It's free. All right. So what's going on with the market? Same thing that happened yesterday. The market opens down in the morning. And then, like I told my gang yesterday, looking at my charts, we're down about 125 points, I believe. I said, it's going to turn positive. And it did. This morning, the market was down again, not as much. I said to my gang, I looked at the charts, it's going to turn positive, and it did. So how do I know that? Well, I know that from a chart, but I certainly wouldn't know that by calling my broker or my advisor. He wouldn't know that. The day of calling your broker, your advisor, is over. Because the stock market, the price of your stock, has nothing to do with earnings or revenues. It just doesn't. Ever since they started this quantitative easing in 2009, then they started with the stock buybacks, this injecting of money into the stock market, injecting money into the economy. Stocks go up without profits. But it's a wonderful thing if you are a chartist. And even when the stocks keep going, you think they can't go any higher. And you're like, oh, they can't go. I mean, we've all sit there and go, oh, this can't go any higher. But if you believe your chart, I always tell my students, if you believe your chart, do what the chart tells you. Do what it tells you. You'll always be right. Now, let's take a look at some stocks. McDonald's. Now, this is a popular stock, McDonald's, right? Everybody's owned McDonald's one time or another. But let's think about it for a minute. When the institutions, when I say institutions, I'm talking the 5 largest banks, I'm talking mutual funds, I'm talking pension funds, okay, and hedge funds. They're the ones who make stocks go up because they buy them. I'm not talking about the retail customer. You and I can't move a stock up. And they're like cattle. They're like the herd. They follow each other. So McDonald's, they were pulling their money out of McDonald's, the institutions. They kept pulling their money out. And we could see it because it was red on our chart. And then finally we could see on March 8th, it turned green. That meant the institutions were putting money in. So the stock went up on McDonald's over 13%. You would have never caught that 13% unless you're using a chart. But here's what's even better. And then on May 17th, they started to pull money out, and it turned red on May 18th. So you knew to take your money and put it in your pocket. So you had a 13% gain. You protected it. That's what, see, when you talk investing, that's what it's about. Investing is about taking the money that you're going to invest, and you got to make sure that money stays there. Nobody takes that money from you. The idea of investing is to keep that money safe. Unfortunately, too many people look at trading, investing as gambling. You only put a position on, you only invest when we know that the probability is on our side. And what does that mean? That means stocks go up 65% of the time. 65% of the time, that's not bad. But just using a chart, and you know that each stock has 4 phases, and you make, every pro will tell you, you make most of your money if you stay between stage 2 and 3 in a stock. That can boost you up the probability of 85%, but you got to have the discipline to wait for that position, and that's what a chart does. It gives you that discipline. Don't do anything until you have increased your probability from 65% to 85% because you're following the money. You follow the money. You don't follow the dopes. You don't follow the financial advisors.
What's a financial advisor?
That is a term that means almost nothing. It is somebody who might be a financial planner, or it could be a broker who is really a salesperson.
The vast majority of so-called advisors, around 85%, are not fiduciaries.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
A fiduciary is a professional who, by law, is supposed to put your interests ahead of their own. Broker-dealers are not under that obligation.
Basically, your guy is out for himself to maximize his sales, and the way he does it is to be loyal to the mutual fund. And they try to sell you the most profitable products.
And here's what's amazing about the mutual fund and the 401k. Never is there been a product in this country that people buy that know so little about. It's amazing. They don't, and you even ask them, hey, do you think there's fees? Oh, no, I don't get charged fees. When half the money they put away for retirement goes to fees, they don't know that. Hey, call now, 877-600-GANG. Talk to Steve, Alex, and join the gang. Try it for a month.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got 2 components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us, because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Even if the federal funds rate were to return to near zero, the FOMC would still have considerable scope to provide additional accommodation.
Accommodation, what's that mean? It simply means printing money. What she's saying is the economy's terrible. We're going to claw back that 25% or 0.25% interest rate hike that we did in December. And I'm going to print a whole bunch of money so that we can give it to companies to buy their own shares back so they can boost the stock market higher. The problem with that money is 0%. That means that people lose their jobs. They go from full-time to part-time. From part-time, they go to poverty. That's the problem. We can't keep doing this. Here's the point. When the market is going up, it's always when the economy is bad. Join my gang, philsgang.com, so you can participate.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son. We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Talking Trader Stock Charts.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang. You get a tremendous amount of value every morning before the market opens. Everything's archived. we do a coffee hour, coffee talk. And that coffee talk, the information I give you there is so important. It sets you up for the day, what's going to go on with the market. Like I said, 2 days in a row, I told my gang the market was going to go from a negative day to a positive day, and it did. We talk about the jobs. We talk about a lot of things that are really important to set you up for the day. We took a look at a stock. Which stock is stronger than the market? Which sector is stronger? And with the technology we have, it really gives us a real high probability of making money. But as I said, it's not just about making money. It's keeping, anybody can make money. That's easy. It's keeping the money that you already have and keeping the money that you make. And that's through good management. And that's the problem with 401ks. That's the problem with the mutual funds inside the 401k. Because none of those people running your portfolio, they're not working on any kind of incentive. They just get a salary. It's ridiculous. Now, I want to go back, and especially now, because people have less and less money. You got to manage it smarter. And let me tell you, somebody's listening to me right now. You, all by yourself right now. I'm talking to you in your car. Throw that cigarette out the window. Get rid of that. It's terrible. You're 38 years old. You say, I got a long time before retirement. Really? Let me tell you how fast it goes by. All of a sudden, you're 70 years old. You're 35. All of a sudden, you're heading towards 50. You go, where'd the time go? I have nothing set aside for retirement. It doesn't have to be that way. Or it's, gee, I tried it with a 401k. I really tried it, but I've never made any money. Every time I invest money in the stock market, they take it away from me. Because you're dealing with a bunch of crooks. Nobody tells you the truth. And one thing is truthful. Money flow. If money is going into a stock, it goes up. It can't help but go up. They take money out, it goes down. You don't need to listen to the jibber jabber. You don't need to listen to all the noise that comes on CNBC, and every day they have a new advisor coming on giving you some garbage and noise and tell you what this is going to do and that's going to do. And he's full of himself, and he's full of it. So that's the service we try to give. Just try it. And the PT2 is the most wonderful piece of equipment. Chart. It's so beautiful because it takes no time. Green, you buy. Red, you sell. That's simple. Now, the biggest problem we're having is truth on Wall Street. Truth everywhere. Here, listen to what he said. First of all, Obama lied about the manufacturer. Listen to what he says about the autos. Listen to this.
You know, if you look at just the auto industry as an example, they've had record sales and they've hired back more people over the last 5 years than they had for a very long, long time. We actually make more stuff, have a bigger manufacturing base today than we've had in most of our history.
Can you imagine him saying we have a bigger manufacturing base in the United States now than in our history? He's got to be on pot, this guy. Or worse. He just, you know what? He's so full of himself, he just thinks he can say anything and the people love him and they believe it. And the people that applaud, he's right. He's got to be talking to some real dopes. I mean, who would sit there and believe that? We had over 20... We had over 122,000 manufacturing plants in this country. Do you know what we have left today? 454,000. Are you nuts? Now let's go back to the autos. Autos, remember, make up 40% of the overall manufacturing. It contributes 40% to all of our manufacturing numbers. 40%, but they don't want to tell you that. That's why they're lying and cheating and trying to do anything to get you to buy a car. So he's saying, oh, the auto business is really doing good, it's booming. No, it's not. Retail sales, as well as manufacturing, is down. And remember, auto sales led the retail sales downward. Auto sales has collapsed the retail sales. We had an 18% drop in auto sales. What is he talking about? Does anybody give him the newspaper? See, this administration will not admit manufacturing is in a recession territory. He won't admit that. With an 18% plunge in auto sales? Are you kidding? She's not going to raise rates, by the way. They can't raise rates with the auto industry falling apart. They can't raise rates. They can't raise rates. And auto sales right now is the biggest drag on consumer spending. She's not going to raise rates. Or if she does, she's got to be an idiot. That could happen in January. The market collapsed because she raised rates in December. Auto sales have been plunging since February, followed by a collapse in construction spending. What are you, nuts? I've been saying all along, when Obama was running for president, he was trying to buy the auto union worker votes. That's why he went out and bought and bailed out the auto industry and bought GM. We had to buy GM for him because he was trying to get elected. He needed the unions, the auto unions, the powerful auto unions. That's how we got into that mess. Remember, the money to bail out Detroit came from the printing machine from the Federal Reserve, not taxes that they collected from us. That created inflation. That means that you need more units of paper in your wallet to go to the shopping in the supermarket. Inflation is why you got a part-time job. Auto industry's in big trouble. Talk about part-time jobs. He's been looking for a legacy, and I'm going to tell you this. Manufacturing was not his legacy. That wasn't part of his thinking of the legacy. You think he got up in the morning and said, my legacy is going to be manufacturing? What are you, nuts? His legacy is the part-time job president. That's what he's going to be known as, the part-time job president. 2.4 million part-time employees today. That's 84% higher than when he got into office. Let me repeat, we have 2.4 million more part-time employees right now today than the day he got into office. That's 84% higher than the day he got in office. There are now 1.2 million fewer jobs in mid and higher wage industries than before he took office. There are 2.3 million more jobs in lower wage sectors than before he took office. Are you kidding? And there's going to be this hope for renaissance in manufacturing. You nuts? We have some 300. We got 475,000 fewer manufacturing jobs since he took office than now. So if you go look up the numbers, there's 475,000 fewer manufacturing jobs now. So know what this means? He hasn't created one job, not one manufacturing job, this president. Can you imagine? Part-time jobs are dead-end jobs. That's what he's given us, part-time jobs. 2.4 million new part-time jobs. That's going to be his legacy. Oh, he keeps telling us he's the warrior for the middle class and low-income working people. Really? No other president in history has put in place policies that have created such a boom in part-time, low-paying jobs than this guy. 28 million of them he created. And they're nothing but dead-end jobs. Dead-end that lead you into poverty. We'll take a look at some stocks when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, it's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009 and they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of the public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Every Friday, we're going to open up the lines. Why? Because I want you to participate in this program. I want you to participate in the stocks. If you have a stock, you don't have to be a gang member. If you have a stock, you want me to take a look at it, I'll put it on my PT2, and we'll check it out for you. Or if you have a comment on my commentary, or if you have a comment on what's going on in the country or what's going on with our politics, I want to hear from you. That's this Friday. Every Friday, it's now open line. And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, we have 141 million people workforce. 141 million people. Of the 141, we have a historic 28 million part-time of that 141. When Obama, since the day he entered office, we now have 2.4 million more part-time. That's what he added. This is a disgrace. Because remember how this will happen. The Affordable Care Act that required any business with more than 50 employees, remember? They had to provide health insurance to anyone working more than 30 hours a week. Employers couldn't afford that. They couldn't survive that. So they just made 2 part-time jobs out of what was once a full-time job. the poor employee, the hapless employees, they got involved. They ended up having to work 2 part-time jobs just to survive. Isn't this crazy? 72.2% of people who go to part-time end up going into poverty and going on welfare. And to make things worse, Obama has just ordered his Department of Labor to put revisions in the federal overtime exempt salary rules. Now, he did that in an effort to increase the number of employees eligible for part-time and have a part-time and overtime. I'm sorry, time and a half. Sorry about that. Eligible for time and a half. This is a killer. This is a killer. So what he's doing is he wants everybody to go time and a half. Okay, time and a half. And he did it by raising the minimum salary threshold, the amount below which workers must be paid overtime, to more than double. More than double. What an idiot. The current level. From 23,600 to 47,476. What? Are you nuts? This is going to kill people, the working people. This is going to force small businesses to move salaried employees to hourly positions and make it harder for a small business to promote workers to management levels by creating additional costs and record bookkeeping that will give you such a headache, will be incredible. So if a business can't afford to pay an employee $47,476 per year, the business will have to limit the employees to 40 hours per week or pay overtime. This is nuts. This is just crazy. So managers move from their salaried positions to hourly jobs, right? And kept under 40 hours. So now they'll lose their jobs, their perks, all the perks they get. And you're going to feel that you got demoted, won't you? I would. So Obama, again, with all this fairness, he's causing many people now to lose their benefits. And it's not helping. And we're going to have more people unemployed. This is crazy. So it's even more important if you're going to retire and everything's getting stacked against you, your insurance is getting stacked against you. He lied to us. He said it was going to get cheaper. It got so much more expensive. He's screwing everybody now with overtime. So more people are going to get laid off. Just like minimum wage is so stupid. I never figured about minimum wage. It's so stupid. It's a free marketplace. If I go to work for somebody and he's not going to pay me what I think I'm worth, I'm going to go get another job somewhere. So why do you need minimum wage? And if I'm a good worker, the boss better pay me or his competitor's going to hire me, right? Minimum wage is nothing but political. It's all political. It's about politics. And by the way, there's only 1 million people out of the 141 million people that are on minimum wage. And they're mostly teenagers anyways. So what can you do? Well, you got to start investing. I know we got hard times. But you got to start investing. Just take one stock. Just follow me with one stock. Like right now, we're following Macy's and we're following JCPenney. These stocks got killed. They got killed. Now, JCPenney has already gone up today. It's going up today. It's starting to go up. Now, it hasn't turned green on my chart yet, on a PT2, but it's gone up. Okay, it's starting to go up. They should turn green any day now on my PT2. That means institutional money is starting to come in. We can see it come in. So why don't you call right now, 877-600-GANG, join, follow me with JCPenney. Follow me with Macy's. Macy's went up today too. My 2 stocks. Remember I said JCPenney and Macy's. I said we're going to buy these 2 stocks, join the gang. We're going to catch these like we caught our gold stocks, mining stocks. And here they are. They're starting to go on their way now. So it's not too late. It's not too late. Let me give you the number. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. That means if you join right now, Join today, and then you follow us every day on those two stocks. It takes 1 minute out of your day. It's archived. 1 minute. 1 minute. You go to my site, philsgang.com. You go to, there's a thing called Working Investors, and where we address these stocks. And you know exactly what to do. Just go in after 1:15 every day. Go look. We address the stock, what you should be doing with it. We hold your hand. But here, I just noticed today, Macy's has just gone up. JCPenney's just gone up. And on PT2, it has yet to turn green. But that tells us that institutions are starting to put their money in. Okay. So, look, our retail sales are a disaster. Our manufacturing's a disaster. The reason why our manufacturing is a disaster, our retail sales is a disaster, is because of the policies. Because of the policies of this administration. Now, the only way they're going to keep the stock market up is QE. I am telling you, they have no choice. They're trying to run this market, break out and run this market, and we're only 2.5% from an all-time high. Can you imagine? The economy has never been worse, and we're only 2.5% from an all-time record on the stock market. So, to keep it and maintain it, they've got to bring in QE, quantitative easing. And let me tell you, quantitative easing, they're going to lie to us. They're going to give us the same narrative as before. They're going to come out and say, oh, we're now going to do quantitative easing. It's going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to help the economy. Quantitative easing doesn't create one job. It does nothing to create a job. It's not supposed to create a job. It creates wealth for 5%, for the 5 percentile, a small segment of our population. That's what QE does. And it creates wealth for our banking cartel, who own 82% of all the individual stocks in the stock market. Last time, it increased their wealth by $1.1 trillion. That means their portfolio went up an average of 40%. 40%! Because of QE. Now, what happened to you at the factory? Did you get a raise? No. Did you get part-time now? Yeah, you're on part-time. Did you get any overtime? No. And when you start hearing your neighbors get laid off, boy, that's when you really start to worry, and then people really don't start buying stuff. Then the economy gets worse. So all the QE money, all that printing that the Fed has been doing has worked out great for the banking cartel, the 5 percentile. They've made a fortune. This Memorial Weekend, they said they were buying luxury estate in the Hamptons and Aspen like they were buying candy. There was bidding wars going on. But for the rest of us, the working class, is different. Nearly 70% of the folks can't raise $500 to cover an emergency repair on their car. What the hell is that? This is nuts. Look, let me give you the number. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG. Alex is right there now. He'll take your call. Steve will take your call. JCPenney went up today, and so did Macy's. Hadn't turned green yet, so get in now. Join the gang right now, so don't miss it like you did when I told you to buy the mining stocks and you didn't.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com.